Hi Flosstube, it is Helen D. Today is actually Monday, September 19th. I typically film on Tuesday, but I've got some errands to run tomorrow, so I thought I would record a day ahead, and it must be Flosstube day because it's dark. Again. Rained overnight. I think it's going to rain again today. We still need it, so we'll take it. It's just dark. If you hear any crinkling, Emmy's in there in a paper bag. However, I have a lid on my water today. She'll be mad. I hope everyone's doing well. September is breezing by, cruising by. Around here is still just back to school stuff. My son had a tennis tournament. We did have a day of garage stitching, which was nice. We hadn't had that all summer because we were busy. And then we're doing the end of season gardening. Waiting on the last round of tomatoes. I'm really hoping there's enough time left for them to get red or at least start turning so I can pick them and they'll turn in the house. And then we freeze all our tomatoes and we'll make salsa this fall. I think right now, I just filled my 8th gallon bag. We like to have 12. I don't think we're gonna hit 12, but hopefully we'll hit 10. The herbs are still going, kind of, and that's it. That's really all we planted. And jalapenos, and those, we only got a handful. I don't know if we'll bother with those next year. So there's our small garden update. Now for the stitching. I will have to edit this video a little because of my stuff. I have a purchase I want to show you that was easier to just take a video of, and a couple of finishes that I did for my sister, but I saw her last weekend, so they went home. So I took pictures before they went home. So I'll start off talking about those. So I'll have to insert the picture. The first one is Owl Oween. It's by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I am absolutely in love with this piece. This was in the 2021 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue, although you can now, if you don't have that, you can get it right off their website or their Etsy. Donna stitched hers on a fabric by Dying for Cross Stitch. It's similar to Murky, but it's what she had, and I found this round, just wooden circle to finish it in. I found it at the Christmas tree shop, which is a New England thing. I loved it so much. I have already pulled all the floss and fabric, and I'm ready to stitch it myself. And my friend Cheryl was coming up for garage stitching, and she stopped at Christmas tree shop and bought the circle for me. So now I can have it maybe next year. It's full coverage. It's small, but it's full coverage. So that's the first one. The second one is If Pumpkins Could Fly by Hands On Design. I finished this one. It's actually mounted on top of a 5x7 frame. It didn't fit in the frame, but it fit on over the opening. And I mounted it on foam core. And then I used, Kathy Haberman has a tutorial for how to attach the ribbon around the edge using pins. It's no-sew, you just use pins. And I will link that down below. It's very easy. If you mess up along the way, you just pull the pins out and rework them, which I had to do a couple times. I actually used 2 ribbons. I used a black and an orange, and I put, just lined them up together and pinned them, and I had them one way, and then I'm like, that's too much black, so I actually ended up flipping my piece over the way they were pinning and doing it that way so that the orange showed on the front. So that's that one. Then I also have 4 more here I can show you. Like I said, I've been trying to get in that room to get some finishing done of fall and Halloween things, so I was successful this 2 weeks. In no particular order because they're just where I can grab. This is one of Donna's as well. This is called Cat-O-Lantern, and it's by Luminous Fiber Arts. This was also in a Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch. And it may have also been, it was either 2020 or 2021. And now I think you can get this right on Misty's site. It had a border, but Donna left it off, and I finished it with this fun fabric that Misty had actually gifted me. And then I did chenille. I don't do chenille often. I have a hard time with chenille, and I apologize, but I didn't have time to do a tutorial. But spoiler alert, I glued it. My problem with chenille is sometimes the stuff I have just doesn't want to lay nice, but this particular orange did, so I went with it. The next time I use chenille, I will try and do a tutorial with glue. You can sew it on. I have an even harder time with that. This one was also a finish of Donna's. This is her version of Blueberries and Blackberries, which is a little chart I designed. This is on my website. It's a freebie chart. That will be linked below. So she stitched hers up, used colors from her stash, so it's a little different than mine. But the finish is the same because this was for the Stitch Main retreat this summer, and I gifted everyone. I put the chart in the goodie bag, and then I had the lace and the little pins, the buttons and the pin. So I just put it all on there. She sent it right back to me. Because the blues that she used were a little bluer than mine were a little purplier, I used a more purple fabric, but with hers I used a blue. And I didn't add any extra trim because I thought it, with all this going on, didn't need it. So that's hers. Then I did two of my own. I finally got around to finishing Happy Fall, Y'all on the pumpkin. This is one of the Autumn Berries from Erica Michaels. It's in the Autumn Berries chart pack. There's 3 berries in there. I left off a couple of things on the edges because it fit perfectly on this little pumpkin. This came from Michaels, but it was not this year, it was last year, and I haven't seen them back this year. But it fit on there perfect. So I just mounted it and put some cording. So that one will stay down here. And then the last one I finished is also a piece of mine. This is one that's been sitting in my drawer. This is called October Feast, and it's an older chart with a needle and thread. And I had a little round cutting board. He fit on there perfect. So again, I just put some cording in the piece, and I had some jute, and it was really skinny jute, so I think it's like 4 pieces that I just put all together and tied a bow. So this one is done and can stay down here. So that's fully finishes. That was 6 things. I'm happy about that. I'm trying to work through them. I'm trying to think of what I have. I know I have another fall, the big, long Primrose Cottage, the fall autumn rules that really should be out, but it's not finished. I ran out of foam core. That's one of my errands tomorrow. So moving on to finishes, I only have one. It's in this bag. It's one of my berries. So it's in this bag with all my other berries. This one is a chart that was an exclusive with a class that I took with Linda Michaels. It was an online class last year. So this is not a chart that you can get, but it's called Blessed and Thankful. So now, because I finished the Happy Fall, Y'all on the pumpkin, I'm going to finish this one with the other 2 from the Autumn Berries set. And that will be my trio of Autumn Berries. So these are all stitched, which means now I need to get them sewn into their berry shape, and then I will do a tutorial when I make those toppers. So that's that set. And that's all my finishes. Maybe it's not all my finishes. I think there's one tiny one in here. My car bag, which someone commented on my fabric. This is actually a bag from 31. It was just the right size. Now, my problem, I don't want to show you the chart. The chart has kind of smudged up, like my printed chart has smudged up on the inside. So I'm just careful what I put in there. So I did finish another one of these little snowmen. This is from the Brenda Gervais with a Needle and Thread Snowball book, which of course I meant to bring down, but I forgot. However, I did bring down the tags. So half and half. So these are the tags that I was talking about. They came in a big pack like this. I found them last year at Michael's. That's the UPC. I haven't seen them back yet this year, but they haven't really put anything else out yet. So hopefully, it was 50 of them. I measured them. I think they were like two by 3. So these little ones that I've been stitching, I'm going to mount right on there. I'm going to paint the tags white and then use the double-sided stitchery tape to mount them on there and do something small up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm only on my 4th. I need more than that because these are going to be my teacher gifts. So this is the snowman, and then there's a snow lady and like a little guy on a sled. I've been using beads for the snowflakes. Someone said, oh, what a great idea, it adds texture. Yeah, that's not why I did it, I'm lazy. Because this is my car project, what I do is I go in and I stitch the border and then I stitch the main part and then I can just fill in the rest and not have to think about leaving a space for those snowflakes, and then I go back in and put the beads on. So really that's why I did that. But yes, it's ingenious to add some texture if that's your plan. So that's kind of a finish. And then whips. And seeing as we're talking car projects, I've been working on Carla from Cobweb Corners chart, This Witch Can Stitch. Last time I had Can Stitch, and now I have the beginning of my hat. I just went around the other day and outlined, so now I can just fill in, and then I have to do the rim and the rest of the words and stuff. This one's on an 18 count scrap. So it's great for in the car, but I have to do these at tennis because I can't see it. The lighting in tennis is not great, but it's better than the chairs at tennis. When we had the tournament this weekend, I brought a camp chair. And my son was like, I'm not walking in with you, bring your own chair. I said, dude, if you had to sit in those chairs, you'd bring your own too. Normally I only sit in it for an hour and that's bad enough. This was 3 hours. I brought my own chair. I wasn't the only one either. I also worked on cardinal points and felt like this time around, it actually, you can tell I worked on cardinal points. So I am still down in the bottom right corner from looking at it. So I finished filling in and got this little corner piece done. I know I did this center medallion and then everything up top. So I did those leaves and all the little bits. I pulled the 2 border lines up. I pulled this over and I did this flower. So I thought that was pretty good. Today is Monday, so I try and work on this Mondays and Tuesdays. I haven't stitched yet today. When I do, this will be coming out second. I'm working on my small for the retreat that I'm going to in November in New Hampshire, and I'm 1 length of thread away from being done, but I had to go to bed last night, so it didn't get done. I would have stayed up to finish it, but my son refuses to go to bed until I go to bed, so I have to go to bed early. So it didn't get done, but it will today. And then the other thing that I stitched on that I'm also getting very close is Give Thanks by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I didn't grab the finished picture, but I'm almost finished. So I worked on this during garage stitching, so I got like all of this done. I have to fill in the white. I couldn't tell, but I have to fill in the white there, bring this up, and then there's a cornucopia up here in the top part of the circle. And this one will be done. And I have a frame already that I found in the closet. That's gonna fit perfect. So that will be an easy finish too when it's done. You just have to mount it on a circle and throw it in a frame. So that one will definitely get done this year. I haven't touched 31st block. We were busy last week and it was dark and I can't see it. So that will get done by Halloween. I don't know if it will get fully finished by Halloween. It may or may not. So I'm gonna do a haul and Happy Mail before we do giveaways because I have a lot of both. So let me just rearrange here a second. Happy Mail first. I got a couple of packages of charts that I wanted to say thank you to from Terry and Miriam. They both sent a bunch of charts that they were done with that I'm using for giveaways. Some of the larger ones. One of the boxes had like some partial kits and things. I'll bring those to retreats and stuff for the freebie table because for mailing that's a little harder. And then Joan sent me a chart that she had 2 of, along with the world's cutest Halloween card. So I don't know if you remember, but we are a chipmunk family. We have a chipmunk outside that my son has trained. This year he didn't care about it quite as much because he's getting older, but last year he actually got it to eat seeds off of his head. So if our chipmunk would dress up like this and come up to my door at Halloween, I would give him all of the seeds, all of them. You could have the whole bag. I just pour it right in his little hole. So I love this. He won't do that though. He might, you never know. We've had to trap quite a few in the garden because they've dug stuff up. And every time we do, we're like, is that the one? Nope, still isn't. He's still out there. All right, I had a thank you gift from Dawn who had won a giveaway. I don't always show them, and I should. I'm always impressed with people who make cards. I don't have the patience or the space because I'm messy to make beautiful cards. So not only did she send me this beautiful card that she made, she sent me cards to use, blank cards, and they're all adorable with little tiny cute envelopes. Look at this one. Super cute. I love them. So thank you, Dawn. You have a talent I do not possess. So that came. And then I got, I don't think I showed these last time. If I did, I did, but I don't think I did. This is Color and Cotton, the floss clubs for September. So if you haven't gotten them and you don't want to see, I bet you've gotten them at this point. I get 5 skeins of the all colors and 5 skeins of the primitives. They're both kind of primitive this month. So they've been doing themed sets. So these are very fall colors. Last month was Halloween and this month is fall. So look down. This is the all colors and this is the prim. So there's those. I've put them down. And then I also ordered some extras off their website that were from the Halloween colors. Especially she had these really great blacks, like not blacks. So I got 3 of each and then just some of the other fun Halloween colors. So those came. And then not the last thing. Sometimes I have 0 haul to show you. Sometimes I have all the haul to show you. I'll insert the video here first. I found on Hirschner's. I don't order from Hirschner's. I don't try not to do a ton of shopping anyway. I get their catalog in the mail. First of all, getting their catalog in the mail always reminds me of my grandmother because she used to have a little basket by her chair that had different, like Mary Maxim and some different like clothing magazines because she did some mail order clothing, and the Hirschner's catalog, which at that point was like as much plastic canvas as it was cross stitch. And my sister and I used to love looking through those catalogs. So getting the Hirschner's catalog always reminds me of that. But in the Hirschner's catalog, they had this metal tree, and it's a Christmas tree, but it doesn't really, like, it's just a tree. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get this to hang some ornaments and things on for other seasons, not just Christmas. So let me pause here and I will insert that video. Okay, here's the tree. I know the lighting is terrible. It came from Hirschner's, like I said. I believe it's 24 inches high. And it comes in different parts and you just screw them together. It was very easy. It's very well made. It's metal. It's nice and heavy. And you can hang a lot. Like now I need to stitch more so I can fill up this little tree. I love that it's not Christmas tree, so I can use this all seasons and fill it up with little ornaments. Isn't that cute? I think it's going to be great. Maybe I'll remember to change out the runner on my piano so that it's not Halloween for the rest of the year. Time will tell. When I was ordering that was $30 from Hirschner. It was on sale. I think it was originally $40 and it was $30. So I Googled around and I found a coupon code for 99-cent shipping if you ordered $35. And I think the shipping was like $9. So I'm like, well, what else can I throw in there? Even if it's just floss, just to fill it out. But when I was searching around, sometimes Hirschner's has old editions of the Cross Stitch Christmas books because they're the publisher of those books. And sometimes they have the older ones like super discounted. They had 2 of them super discounted. One of them is this one. I just want to show you. I already had this one, but this is one of the ones they had. This was 2017. Here comes Emmy. No water for her. She's going to be disappointed. So this one is 2017, and I just wanted to show you if you haven't seen this. If you guys want to flip through of these books, let me know. I'm happy to do it, but they're older. So, oh yeah, she's going for that water. Disappointment. They're older, and I figure you might already have them. Yeah, I know, you're right here. Your tail's going to be just right here. Get. So this one, 2 of my favorites are these snowmen. That's by Michelle Lutzen. And this one is Tiny Modernist. And when I flipped through it again, like it's this big one, but then there's also, where's the other one up there? Like 2 little tags, 2 little ornaments. So that one is super cute. This is the one that my sister has, but I didn't have. And I was like, for $5, they were $5. $5, I'm gonna get this for myself. So this is 2019. This one in particular is fantastic. It's full of good stuff. My 2 favorites. This one, which just by looking at, I could tell that is a heart and hand. So that's a Cecilia Turner. And then the other one, which I actually love, it's not usually my style, but I really, really like this one. This is Modern Folk Embroidery. And it's really pretty. I love the colors. So again, this was, here's the back. This was $5. This is an Emma Congdon. It's full coverage. So this is Doreen Jones on the front. So if you guys want, like I said, if you want a flip through, just let me know because I can do that. Still going. Other charts that have come in. A couple of these. This first one I know I ordered from Double Cross Stitcher on Etsy, and this was one of the new Expo charts. This is Turkey Time, and it's Erica Michaels. I have stitched, she has a freebie on her Facebook from years ago that is very similar to this. The turkey's the same, but it says Turkey Time, and it doesn't have any of this extra fun stuff. And I've stitched it, but I have a strong need to stitch this turkey berry. So I picked up that. And then the rest of this is from Carla at Cobweb Corner. Both a mix of things I've ordered. When she sends me charts for you guys, she sends a chart for me, so it's a mix. And except... Hold on. Alexa, off. My son's been listening to the Best of Survivor. He's 12. He's 12. I don't even know. I know them now, but I didn't know all those songs. We're all 80s over here. So this one is not Expo, obviously. It's the Nora Corbett. It's Minerva. And then I ordered the bead pack to go with. Carla carries all the bead packs, and they've been going up in price when she gets them. So when she restocks, they're at the higher price. So when I get a Mira or a Nora, I try and grab the bead pack now, especially if it's not super expensive, right? I think this one was $10 because it's only the little seed beads. If you get the treasures in them, then they cost more. But that way I know I have it, tuck it away. So then these three are all new from Needlework Expo. You guys knew I was gonna get this one. This is Halloween Tiny Town. I love absolutely everything about this. And I've seen it stitched on purple. First of all, purple was made for Halloween stitching. It just was. This looks great on the purple. So this won't get done for this year, but I'd like to have it done for next year. This one is Kringle Flying Academy. This is Silver Creek Sampler. I love this one too. And I like things that are a different finish, in different shapes. That just appeals to me. So this one that you finish as a witch boot, I love it. This is called Hoot and a Boot. It's by the Needles Notion. Look at their little logo, by the way. So it's this boot and Hoot, who's an owl. You stitch him separately and then you stick him in with like a kebab. I probably will not put him in. I'll just do the boot. And it's stitched, I think it's a buttonhole stitch onto the felt. And I'll worry about the finishing later. So, Hoot and a Boot. I love it. The tree looks like a lot of work, but the rest of it doesn't. Carla has all of those on her website. Nope, it's gone. There's something else I was going to say. That brings us to giveaways at the end. I have one last call from a giveaway, and she commented, but then I didn't get an email. So Alice Park, you won the Give You Thanks. So I haven't heard from you. My email is listed below. Get back to me in 2 weeks, before my next video. So for the last video's giveaways, order, we have the first two were from Carla at Cobweb Corner. Who's there is Kathy Harris. The next one was Fly By Night, which is also a Silver Creek sampler, and that went to Deb Myers. Deb actually won in the last giveaway. And then she reached out to me and she said, I actually already have that chart. Pick someone else. You know, thank you, pick someone else. So I did. I picked someone else. It was Melanie Call. She got back to me within like minutes. That one went out in the mail. So I said to Deb, what of the new giveaways? You pick. It's yours. So I sent her Fly By Night. And then the last three were charts that people had sent in. Bewitching Hour is Michael Mikula, M-I-K-U-L-A. Harvest Keeper, Charge 57, C-H-A-R-J 57, and Berry Bird is Jane Pishko. And I'll comment on your comments. So then I have this time 2 charts from Carla, and then I grabbed 4 mostly Halloween 1 Autumn charts that people had sent in. Standard giveaway rules, you need to be 18 so that you can legally give me your address. I'd appreciate it if you're a subscriber. I'd also appreciate it if you subscribed to Carla and checked out her videos. I will link her below. Please don't say giveaway or win. I'll choose on my next video, and then I'll do a last call, and then I'll repick winners if I don't hear. So we'll do numbers. So just put the number at the end of a comment, just the number. Number 1. This is the one I think is going to be the most popular this week. I have the chart, I haven't stitched it yet. Something Wicked from La Di Da. So this is number 1. Number 2, Halloween Street from Waxing Moon. And there's, I don't know if it's 3 different designs or if this little one, I bet it's 3. Yeah, because they're a little different. I bet it's all 3 of those. They're really cute. Number 2. Number 3, also from Waxing Moon, is Halloween House Trio. Number 4, I still have to stitch this one for me. This is The Moon is Full. I keep calling it Beware, but it's The Moon is Full by Erica Michaels. And it's all 3 of these, and I love all 3 of these. That one came out last year. Number 5, Halloween Greeting, Teresa Kogut. And number 6 is Hello Autumn from Sue Hillis. So those are this week's. I got everything in a big file folder, so I'm trying not to mess it up. Next couple of weeks, more of the same, more tennis tournaments. I need to fully finish a Halloween swap. Actually, no, I did that. I fully finished it because I did 2 parts and I finished the second part. And then I need to fully finish my November swap. Then I really need to work on some Christmas ornaments because I haven't done those, and I have a couple swaps for that. I have a list going of things that needs to get done, so I've been crossing them off. I also want to start all of the Halloween things. I have 3 kitted that if I can finish a couple other things, we'll get started. They won't get finished this year, but they'll get started this year. And then I want to figure out, last year for November, I felt like starting a Thanksgiving piece. So that's when I started Give Thanks. And what I did was I worked on it just weekends, every weekend in November, to get a good start on it, so then I could finish it up this year and have it ready. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do for my Thanksgiving start this year. The couple that I actually want to do are smalls, so I probably could finish them on the weekends. And then keep going with my finishing. That's it. So I hope you guys are doing well. I am hoping to get to that cording tutorial. My husband's schedule changes in 2 weeks, so he'll be available more to help me. He needs to record me making the cording, and then I need to be in that room. That room is easier for filming tutorials, so it's coming. That's all. I will see you guys later. Bye.